Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is the CB300R from Honda. Now in the month of October, even before the prices were about to get slashed, I took a small test ride of the bike for around 2 to 3 kilometers. It was not that long, but those 3 kilometers or whatever the time that I took the test ride for, it was really nice, and I actually smiled all the way. Only after giving the bike back to the showroom, guys, I realized that I was actually smiling. Now this is what I felt. You might be having a different type of opinion, but even I've seen some other people commenting in the some other review posts that the bike was quite exciting and all those things. I'll tell you more about that. Some of the small things that I really liked about the bike was this weight. Now it's quite easy to flick with just one hand, and also this rear mudguard is what I think it is called. This one is designed a little edgy, goes very well with the theme of the bike, so I like that one. And also the whole fit and finish is good. Good thing is that it gets a pedal disc. Now this one gives you a little, this one gives the disc a little room to cool quicker because it has all these cuttings. And exhaust pipe looks really nice because it is not a straight exhaust pipe that you usually see in the other bikes, but it also has a nice finish to it. I'll tell you more about the bike when I ride it on the road. Let's go. The moment you sit on the bike, it feels really slim. Now this is 9.7 liters of fuel tank. Now if you are coming from a bikes which have a bigger fuel tank, like the 300F that I have has a 14.1 liters of fuel tank. This has just 9.7. Now this is in a way a little weird, but this edges and this kind of a design really makes it nice and very lean and muscular. It does give that kind of a feel, at least for me. Now there is a bit of legroom if you are tall, but I am 5'6" and I am comfortable on this one. Also it is quite easy to flick. Now my feet are not totally on the ground, but it's like somewhere half flat foot. Now coming to the instrument console, you get an LCD display over here. Also you get these two buttons to be able to adjust few things. Now this one gives you the lap timer as well. I think it's a lap timer if I'm not wrong. And total trip, second trip, and then again this one. So you can be able to set this one. You have gear position indicator here and the RPM indicators over here. Another thing I forgot to mention is that when you first sit on the bike, it has a little bit of play in the suspension. So it gave me a feeling that the suspension might be on the softer side, but let's see if it is soft or hard once we ride it on the roads. Mirrors do have a good visibility, at least better than the CB300F that I have. This one comes with a 300cc liquid cooled and producing 30.7 bhp of power and 27.5 Newton meters of torque, if I'm not wrong. The handlebar is also a little wide, so the mirrors are also a little more extended, more than the handlebar. The exhaust note kind of gives you that first generation Duke-ish feel, but it is quite refined. The exhaust note is quite refined. Even when you rev it while it is on standstill, it does feel quite refined. Horn could have been a little better. 300F has a nice loud horn, and even on the CB350 that was recently launched, that has a double horn setup. So for that kind of a horn setup, this feels quite low on the sound. Really picks up good. The speed it picks up is quite good, and it's quite a powerful motorcycle, I would say. Even for a 300cc, it does compete with the likes of Speed 400 and Dominar 400, actually the 400cc segment bikes. other than the Duke 390 obviously. It just weighs around 147, so there is a good power to weight ratio, and it is evident when you are riding it in the city. Now from a lot of videos that I have seen, it picks up speeds quite quickly. The 0 to 60 mark reaches in about 3 seconds or 2.9 seconds is what I believe, and for 0 to 100 it takes around 7 to 7.5 or something. But considering that it produces around 30.7 bhp of power, that is quite interesting and nice to have that kind of a power when you are using it in the city if you want to pull up quite quickly. There are no vibrations when I'm revving the bike hard, even in the higher rev range, which is really nice, and it does feel quite refined. Exhaust note and the engine as well, it does feel refined. There are no vibrations on the handlebar. Let me try to pull up and see how it goes. Now the suspension on this one feels a little on the stiffer side, but when I hopped onto the bike, it kind of gave me the feeling that the suspension might be a little on the softer side, but it's not the case. You do get a little stiffer suspension setup. Mileage figures on this bike are somewhere around 30 to 33 kilometers per liter for the city, and I have read that in the highways it might be giving around 35 to 40 or 41 kilometers per liter as well. Considering that it is a 300cc bike and it has a nice power to weight ratio, that is also a good mileage figures that you would be getting on this one. Even my CB300F gives somewhere around that, so in that sense I really like the way that the fuel economy on this one is. Now I'm driving it in the city conditions, so I can give you a little bit of understanding of how it feels riding it in the city. Power to weight ratio is definitely there, and it is also quite nimble and easy to flick around. Only thing is that I feel the mirrors could have been on the higher side. It feels a little low to be able to view the traffic from behind, but it's okay. I can be able to manage if I ride it for around 2 to 3 days continuously. And brakes are quite good. The rear brake could have been a little better, but the front one is really nice. The bite is quite good, and it's just that the rear one should have been a little better. It's not that it is as bad as the Dominar that I had, but it's good. Now coming to the service cost of this one, I read that it should be around 2,300 to 2,700. So for that kind of a service cost, I think it is okay. Not too expensive, not too cheap. Now this one only includes the general service like the oil changes and oil filter changes. But if there is a need for change of any spare parts, that's when it may be a little on the expensive side, like the brake pads and those kind of stuff. But you do get a good quality one, so that is again okay. Now coming to the warranty part, I believe this one comes with a standard 3-year warranty, 42,000 kilometers, and it can be extendable for another 3 years, I guess. But do check out with the service or showroom folks for more information on that, because sometimes the warranty policies might keep changing depending on the offers. Do take a test ride of the bike to see how it feels like for you, if it is comfortable for you or not. This is just going to be my ride impressions, so it might change for you, and depending on that you can take a decision whether you're planning to buy the bike or not. Now this bike comes with a slip and assist clutch, so clutch is quite light, easy to switch the gears. There is no issue with that. That is a nice feature to have. There are some things that Honda could have done a little better. Now what I feel is that they should have offered another variant like the other bikes, where you have the option to get the Bluetooth connectivity as well with the switches on here, but that is not there. Headlight also could have been a little improved, but I hope they come up with that in the future. Also in the international markets there are other colors available for this bike, like the yellow, blue and maybe a black one as well. I don't know why they have not decided to give that to the Indian community. I feel that they should have given that option as well. Do let me know in the comments below what do you guys think about the bike, and if you are planning on one, what other bikes would you prefer over this one.